Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video.
Yes, I am asking and begging all of you viewers and subscribers of the Jamaica Young Police channel and people in the diaspora in Jamaica, if you have seen this man, his name is Javon Pinnock. Yes, you know, some people on the street, they call him Froggy. He have a scar on the left side of his face. This man is wanted in New York by the NYPD for the murder of Javon Jamison, aka Blingers. The reason why I want we're advertising this man photograph and future mugshot is that this man has murdered Javon Jamison in cold-blooded. He and another man named Christopher King. Christopher King is in custody, awaiting trial, and it's coming up to the 2-year anniversary. And I'm just asking, I'm just pleading to you Jamaicans in Jamaica, because this man is in Jamaica, please, to do the right thing for once. Do not follow the criminal-minded and the carabuncles and the dirty bungles in Jamaica, and by protecting this man. He has taken a man's life and he needs to face justice, so that whenever the police when the police visit wherever he's hiding in Jamaica and he resists, they can send him to the departure lounge. The family just need justice. That's all we're begging you. So moving on to today's video. Yeah, so we're gonna let you see watch a video. Have Christine Noem, the governor of South Dakota. She's the person who's in charge of Homeland Security. Yes, and has always been a strong advocate for transparency and security when it comes to immigration enforcement. You have to understand that these people, when they come on to Republicans, they are a set of racist people. And as I can tell you, I have no problem with them enforcing their immigration laws, because you cannot have a society that is lawless. But one of the worst things in life is when you elect criminals to enforce a law. They're going to pick and choose who to enforce the law against. And guess what? It's the same Spanish people they're trying to deport, and black people, Spanish and black people, they are not deporting any white people, because there's close to 1 million Europeans, people from Europe, except the Spanish people that are in the United States of America illegally. But they are not rounding up those people. They're rounding up Spanish and black people, some with criminal records and some without. Some people who came into the country and overstay. I am totally for the rule of law, and it's their country. Because you have people, especially from my country, who came in this country, like Squash, J-Man, and others, who have committed serious crimes, kill Americans. So I have no problem with them doing what they're doing, and I am not against that. That is one of the main reasons to why Kamala Harris lost the election, because when you look in the country, when people are suffering, you have buses taking these people into cities, Chicago, New York, in air-conditioned bus, and they stay in a 5-star hotel while people are suffering in the country. But you see, Democrats, there are people that their brain work upside down. So that's one of the reasons to why Donald Trump win. Although he's a convicted criminal, whether or not you want to believe it. So they want to say, donkey, say the world level. So Christine Gnomes believe that it is essential to uphold the law while also being accountable to the people she serves. In America, I don't know which law I'm talking about, because we know that the biggest criminal that we have right now is leading the country. Yeah, man, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a convicted criminal. You understand? But if it was a black man, that would not happen. But you see, when people vote on emotions, so that's why people do not have any sympathy for some of these people who are suffering right now and who are complaining about Donald Trump taking away their livelihood. Some of these people deserve it because they are evil, epitome of evil. So what has been happening is that Christine Noam exposed leakers who betray immigration raids. So these are people there who don't want to mention their background, so that they are Hispanic, or people who are Spanish. This is not black people's fight, because it was the Spanish people. It was their people from Cuba, Venezuela, who voted for this man, yes, and now this man is turning against them. So we have zero sympathy for them. You understand? If you elect a criminal, you must expect the criminal is going to commit crime. So only a dummy would know that. As a former detective of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, I know that. You understand what I'm saying? But hey, you have to work with the criminal, because the criminal in charge. But we know that right now America is going down, and we don't think America will ever regain from the presidency of this man, because no one in the world would trust America. Because we're going to show you a video what America has done to Ukraine more than 31 years ago. Ukraine make one of the biggest mistakes. And that's the reason why country like Iran, they won't abandon their nuclear ambition, because you cannot trust America, period. So anyway, moving on. So leaking sensitive information about immigration raids is a serious offense that can have devastating consequences. It's a betrayal of trust that can pull entire operation at risk, and it's a slap in the face to the hardworking men and women in law enforcement who put their lives on the line every day to keep our communities safe. These leaks can be especially damaging when they come from within, perpetrated by those who have access to confidential information and are supposed to be working towards a common goal. Well, you understand, for these people to leak the information, you have to have security clearance, top secret clearance, so you'll be able to see what is going on when when they're going on these raids. And the worst thing you can know is betray your fellow teammates. So that is what's happening in this case. And so they have been going on raids and having the information, everything, coordinate with them local, law enforcement agency, and who has been very cooperative in these raids. And when them raids, they did not, the targets, because these people are sending out the information to others, and then they are able to pass it on and advise the communities. What's the sense of risking your future and your life to do something like that? I would not peer them mad. Not for nobody of them thing. If you come in a country illegally, that is your business. You have to live with that. I am not encouraging anyone to do it, but you have people like in my family who I know that they are here illegally. They've been here for decades, and I know whenever, if they get caught up in it, when we reach here, we'll deal with it. So when individuals leaking information for personal gain or to push a political agenda, it undermines the entire system and creates an environment of mistrust and suspicion. It's a toxic cycle that can have a ripple effect, causing good people to question the motives of others and erode the foundation of trust that's essential to effective law enforcement. So these leaks can be especially damaging when they come from within. I want to support leakers, because that's a betrayal of your oath. You understand? Ultimately, leak information can be a matter of life and death, giving criminals heads up to evade capture or even retaliate against law enforcement. It's a reckless disregard for human life, and it's unacceptable. There have been several instances where leaks have compromised immigration raids, and the consequences have been dire. For example, in one notable case, arrests were filed when confidential information was leaked to the media, allowing criminals organizations to scatter and avoid capture. The fallout was significant, with many innocent lives put at risk and valuable resources wasted. In another instance, a leak that led to the identification of an undercover agent, putting their lives in grave danger and compromising the entire operation. These are just a few examples of devastating impact that leaks can have, and it's essential that we take a stand against this betrayal of trust. Our Governor Kristi Noem has had enough of these leaks, and she's taking bold action to expose those responsible. She has been vocal about her commitment to transparency and accountability, and she's not afraid to call out those who would put politics or personal gain above the safety of American citizens. Her statements have been unequivocal, leaving no doubt that she will not tolerate this kind of behavior from anyone, regardless of their position or influence. Kristi Noem's actions send a strong message that she will not sway by political pressure or personal agendas. One of the biggest problems with the Democrats now, I always said, them encourage people to commit crime. Them come like the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization in Jamaica, where them encourage black people to commit crime and then make them play the victim. Well, I don't support them thing there. As a people, we can't support them kind of lifestyle. Encourage people to commit crime because it's wrong. What people must do, you must stay focused and do what is right. You don't go in a people's country and break them law. You understand? Because it's not in your country you have to uphold the law, but they're saying that these people come to America for a better life. Well, if you do it the right way, everything that happened in South and Central America is because of American foreign policy. America don't love no one, no country, not even its allies right now. So you see America turning its back on its allies. That goes to show you that America is not a country that you can trust. Let's look what happened with Ukraine. America is not a country that you can trust. America break all treaties and all of these things. So this goes to show you that the only person you can trust is yourself. And for those who, enter America illegally and expect to be treated as if they're talk about say them have the same rights and I totally disagree with that. All of these people, whether or not you want to believe, these people, although they come in the country illegally, they are the ones that keep down wages in the country. Although Americans not doing the work that some of these people are doing. But it makes people in this country lives worse. Because when you break the law, and you see so many of these illegal immigrants, they're not predominantly the ones that committing the crimes, But if somebody in a country and commit crime, even one murder, that's one murder too much. So that's why the target is on them. And guess what? It's the people from their group that gave this man the presidency. In Florida here, yes, the Venezuelan and the Cubans, in which thousands, about 1 million of them is going to be deported in the coming months. Them can't cry about this or that or one and two little things. And Donald Trump will send them back. Because I'm not care about them again. Because I'm getting them, they already voted for him. So, Governor Kristi Noem, her bold stance is a beacon of hope for those who believe in the importance of integrity in government. The importance of integrity in immigration enforcement cannot be overstated. It's crucial that we protect sensitive operations and all those accountable who would betray that trust. Kristi Noem's commitment to transparency and security is a breath of fresh air in a world where politics also takes precedence over people. As we said before, if you're born fool, you're dead fool, because when you talk about transparency and honesty and decency, these people don't know what is that. I tell you that when you come on to Republicans, they are the biggest hypocrites when you can in America. And people, as them say, don't watch what them say, just watch what them do. So we are letting watch the video of the arrest that they made of these two people. We now tell them background because they have masked these people's identity because because court and all of these things and because these people had sensitive position at Department of Homeland Security. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
Who exposed Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says that they have identified the leakers who exposed the locations of upcoming immigrations and custom enforcement raids. This is a big deal. Bill Melugin has got the details. Bill.
Yeah, John, good afternoon to you. Just a short time ago, DHS officials confirmed to Fox News they say they have identified 2 people within DHS who they say they have caught leaking information about ICE operations to different targets and then put those operations in jeopardy. We got a video from DHS Secretary Kristi Noem herself making this announcement, was just sent over to us. Take a look.
Everyone, I wanted to give you a quick update. We have identified 2 leakers of information here at the Department of Homeland Security who have been telling individuals about our operations and putting law enforcement lives in jeopardy. We plan to prosecute these 2 individuals and hold them accountable for what they've done. And we're going to continue to do all that we can to keep America safe.
And a DHS spokesperson also sent us the following statement on record, which says, quote, "We are preparing to refer these perpetrators to the DOJ for felony prosecutions. These individuals face up to 10 years in federal prison. We will find and root out all leakers. They will face prison time, and we will get justice for the American people." Now, to that point, we do want to point out that this is just a referral. It is ultimately going to be up to the Department of Justice on whether or not they want to move forward with prosecutions of these alleged leakers. You have to keep in mind these individuals, whoever they are, will also have due process, and they would have to be either found guilty or put in a guilty plea if we want to talk about any sort of prison time. But guys, this is obviously very significant. You're looking at video from an ICE raid in Aurora, Colorado last month. I was on that operation. It failed. It leaked. There were media reports that the raid was coming days in advance. The same thing happened for an operation here in Los Angeles. Another operation in Virginia just leaked a few days ago. There was also another leak in Chicago. These leaks have been widespread. It has happened multiple times. They have seemed to be getting worse and worse. And we've seen people from the Trump administration going on television saying that these leaks are putting ICE officers in jeopardy. It's putting the operations in jeopardy, and that they're going to track down, find these leakers, and prosecute them. And according to DHS and Secretary Noem, it appears they've taken the first step towards that process. Again, they say they've identified 2 people within DHS. That's important. They're within the Department of Homeland Security, so they're privy to this information, and they're going to seek to prosecute them. They'll send those referrals over to DOJ. DOJ will take a look at it. It will be up to DOJ to decide whether or not to move forward with any type of potential prosecution. But some breaking news here on this Friday for you guys, John.
All right, Bill Melugin for us with the breaking news update. Bill, thank you.
At Fox News, I used to watch Fox News, and I, just migrate to America because I'm conservative. But as the years goes by, it was when Barack Obama was running for president in 2008. I was, I was in the military station in California, and I knew that Sean Hannity was racist, and so I didn't watch him. I watched Bill O'Reilly, because although he was kind of racist, but was not that racist. But you want to know what was going on in the minds of these people. And it was during the campaign with Barack Obama and John McCain. That's why I stopped watching Fox News in its entirety. Never watch it again. But at times you still tune in to know what your enemies are doing to prepare yourself. Because, over there is a bubble. People who watch Fox News are people who are really dumb. People who can't think for themselves critically. So I'm going to show you that, that's why I tell you that the people, PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, supporters, voters, and activists, they can't think. So I never used to watch MSNBC back then. Because MSNBC, that was from in the 90s, you realize that they were promoting things that are antithetical towards my beliefs, my cultural values and all of these things, because they promote up is down and down is up. Long before it became law in America, where they use the court to make law. And that's why right now America is at this juncture, and the problem and the divide. And then you have the people them at Fox News. Fox News went to court and said they are not a news station, they are entertainment. So although they were fined almost $1 trillion, 785, or almost $1 billion in for spreading, election lies in 2020 to 2021. White people still tune in because them love lies, comfortable lies. That's why I tell the people don't like to hear the truth, because even like what was happening right now in America, many white people are crying that they didn't know. They were told what was coming, Project 2025. So as I tell you about Fox News, some people, you love to talk about yourself. Dummy, that's how you learn, We share experiences to help you not to make the same mistake and help you to think. So Fox News now is a kind of station, that spread propaganda and all of these things. If you can't think critically, just like with the PMP, you will get trapped in their cycle of madness. So during the campaign with John McCain and Barack Obama, they were telling us, because at the military base, you have a place where we eat called the galley. And in the galley, you have we have like 6 TV in there. Each of the galley, that's where you eat your breakfast, lunch, dinner, or supper. We don't call it dinner, I call it supper. And so when you're inside there, you can't eat as much as you want. When you understand what I'm saying? That is like, it's not you share your food, but you can eat if you understand, in the galley. And so during the campaign, they said that Barack Obama that's Bill O'Reilly, said Barack Obama was a Muslim. 2008, being a Muslim, that's something that fit the fear factor, ramp up in America. I wasn't a Democrat. I'm a George Bush guy. I can't tell you that. I tell you, so most Jamaican people who come from our background can't think, you're going to be conservative. So I was a George Bush guy, registered for vote, Republican and everything, until now, when Bill O'Reilly came out with the Reverend Wright tape. That's when, and he says that he knew that Barack Obama was going to church for 20 years. And I'm like, these people are evil. You understand? So since then, I just stopped watching Fox News. That's why I tell you I don't like liars. MSNBC, yes, we know that they are liars. They are liars too. But boy, I tell you, you just can't escape even at this time. Because I tell you that, nothing wrong with CMCM and all of these things. And we know that going to school, they're teaching us science, the first rule. Like poles repel and unlike poles attract. But you have to understand that these people do not believe in God. They don't fear God, because they feel that money is God. So in America, it's 2 group of people control the political process. Whether or not you want to believe it. If you live in America and you vote, as I said before and I'll say again, you only get a little of what it's really the billionaires. Everything is them control it. So they are the one that behind this, up is down and down is up. So they have been controlling the narrative for a good since 1993. And the Republicans were really afraid to really go all out. Like, yes, like Shabba Ranks was the first person to be cancelled by these same people just because Shabba Ranks a marriage between a man and a woman in 1993, and for that his career ended. That goes to show you how evil these people are. And the same Christian people, they never stand up for him. So you have to just understand how the stone works. So anyway, that was just a caveat added to, this thing about with Fox News. So moving on. So Governor Noem announces identification of the ICE raid leakers. Prosecution to follow. As you heard in the report from Fox News, South Dakota Governor Christine Noem has confirmed that authorities have successfully identified the individuals responsible for leaking information regarding the high-profile immigration and custom enforcement raid. In a stern statement, Noem emphasized that those individuals will face full legal consequences for their actions, reinforcing the state's commitment to upholding immigration laws and national security. Leak investigations leads to identification of perpetrators, the disclosure of classified details regarding the heist operation has been under intense scrutiny as unauthorized leak of sensitive enforcement action can compromise national security, endanger law enforcement personnel, and undermine efforts to curb illegal immigration. As I said before, and I'll say again, if you come in a country illegally and them want it, your problem that you're supposed to do the right thing. I am not encouraging anyone to come in a country illegally. Period. And if you come here, you overstay, and them will come for you. They will come for you. So even in New York, people that are here and them overstay, well, I don't know how them are dealing with it, but I know that them are start sending home some people. You said adjustment of status. Donald Trump will make sure you go back to your country and he's not going to make you come back in. Me, I tell you that. Because when you go to the ICE interview, all them have to do is put you in a custody. The days are you where them tell you about self-deport them, they're not that no more. So Governor Noam Stans, advocate for strong immigration policies and border security, did not mince words in her response to the breach. The leaking of law enforcement operations is a serious crime, and those responsible will be held fully accountable under the law. Noam stated that during a press conference, not only did this act jeopardize the safety of federal agents, but it also compromised the effectiveness of the mission itself. Legal experts suggest that the individuals responsible for the leak could face a range of charges, including the unauthorized disclosure of law enforcement sensitive information, obstruction of justice, and potentially even federal charges related to interfering with immigration enforcement operations. Depending on the severity of their actions and their level of access to classified materials, the accused may also be subjected to internal disciplinary measures if they are government employees. Federal agencies, including Department of Homeland Security and ICE, are reportedly collaborated with state authorities to ensure that those implicated in the leak are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Law enforcement officials have not yet disclosed whether the individual are government employees, contractors, or members or advocacy group opposed to ICE operation. So the revelation of the leak within ICE operational framework raises concern about insider threat and the security of immigration enforcement efforts. Law enforcement officials have warned that the unauthorized disclosure of upcoming raids allow individuals subjects to removal to evade capture, ultimately undermining efforts to enforce immigration laws. This is about more than just one operation, an anonymous federal official stated. When leaks like this occur, they set a dangerous precedent. They compromise active investigations, allow criminal networks to adjust their tactics, and make it significantly harder to carry out duties safely and effectively. Political and public reaction. Governor Noam's strong stance on prosecuting the leakers aligned with her broader position on immigration enforcement and border security. So when they come on to the law, them select who to prosecute and who not to prosecute. That's how it works in this town. So the development has sparked both praise and criticism, with supporters arguing that swift action against leakers is necessary to maintain the integrity of law enforcement operations, while opponent claims that the ICE methods should be subject to greater transparency and accountability. Meanwhile, immigration advocates have expressed concern that ICE raid often results in separation of families and create fear within immigrant communities. The thing is that people, this is one thing I don't understand with the Democrats. Them always support lawlessness, and and this. Remember, they are the same one, who they are the same one who are again behind this LGBTQ plus madness. And if you speak up against it, black people receive the worst treatment anywhere we turn. If it was a Democrat that win, would have even Jamaica would be under some wicked pressure from Kamala Harris with this LGBTQ plus thing, and Africa. That's a reason why. So no matter who you turn, as in a country, you as a black person, Maca still a go joke you. Anywhere you turn, Africa. So anywhere you turn. So one is just evil. No matter, it's just evil. You understand? You're just up against evil, and you can't get good out of evil. So meanwhile, NORM and law enforcement officials have pushed back against such claims, that some advocacy group argue that whistleblowers who expose potential abuses should be protected rather than prosecuted. Well, somebody expose information is a whistleblower. That's not a whistleblower. You breach protocol, you can't do that. NORM and law enforcement officials push back against that, asserting that lawful immigration enforcement must not be obstructed through unlawful disclosure. You can't do that. So the next step in the investigation, authorities are now moving forward with the prosecution phase, which will determine the legal repercussions for those involved. Additionally, details regarding the identities of the leakers and the specific charges they will face are expected to emerge as the case progresses. As the situation unfolds, it remains to be seen how this case will impact future immigration operations, government's security protocols, and the broader immigration debate in the United States. However, Governor Noem has made one thing clear: those who leak sensitive information will face severe consequences. So why them people are not playing? So the most important thing we can tell you, so be the law and stay within the ambit of the law. Don't break them law and come in them country. As for me, boy, I don't know how people do it and everything. They know say straight in our country, but thousands of Jamaicans in America were not straight. And from your black, it's easy for them to pick you up. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.